November 1st, 2019. That was the last time Somers football lost to a Section 1 opponent. 5 years. It came in the Section 1 semifinal against a Rye team they had beaten in the regular season. The Tuskers have won 45 in a row against the section ever since. December 3rd, 2021. That was the last time Somers football lost in New York, falling in the Class A state final to Christian Brothers Academy of Syracuse, a private school, by a point on a missed 2-point conversion in the final minute. The Tuskers entered Friday having won 38 in a row in the state ever since. September 1st, 2023. That was the last time Somers lost to anyone, getting beaten by Ramapo of New Jersey as time expired on a Hail Mary that, as you can see, should never have counted. The Tuskers haven't lost in 26 games ever since. 3 losses over the span of 5 years has molded the Somers program into what it is today. The Tuskers state championship win on Friday didn't just solidify a dynasty. It signaled something greater, something historic. There was Roosevelt in the 1970s. There was Dobbs Ferry in the 80s. Yorktown and Edgemont across the 90s. Dobbs Ferry again, and Rye in the 2000s. And then, of course, New Rochelle for the better part of 2 decades. And now there's this chapter. It's Somers' turn. And what we're witnessing with the Tuskers just might be the beginning of the greatest stretch of football of all.
Life is attitude. Everyone has a choice. You choose, to me, you choose whether you're going to be bad or good. So you choose. You have a choice in life. You have 24 hours a day. Seize the day. Don't waste the day, because once the day goes by, you never get that back.
For sports, I'm Jamie Stewart. As the high school football season winds to a close, so does the career of one well-known football coach. Our Gino Ganello has a story on Coach Tony DiMattio's retirement and what's next for the New York football legend.
I just felt it was time. You know, my family has made huge sacrifices, and I just thought it was time to walk away from this madness.
The school has yet to name a new head coach, but they said they will start the process within the next couple of weeks as they look to fill the big shoes left behind by one of the best high school football coaches in the state's history.
All right, listen up. Before we get going, I need to explain to you how proud I am of all of you. Not just the fact that you're playing in the state championship again, but the fact that you have bought into everything the staff has been trying to teach you since day one.
Change is in the air for the Somers football team, but it should go smoothly. Anthony DiMattio is the new coach, replacing his Hall of Fame father, Tony. The younger DiMattio takes over after 12 years as an assistant coach.
You know, outside of little things here and there, you know, the big picture things are always going to stay the same. He was extremely successful. So, like I've said, every year we feel great about contending for a championship, and this year is no different.
And a lot of what we try to teach has nothing to do with winning football games. It's about doing the little things right, being a good person, being a good teammate, taking care of one another, and learning a work ethic that is terrifying to anyone else that tries to take what belongs to you.
Winston Churchill said, "I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears, and sweat."
They're going to come out and they're going to come out swinging. They're a good football team. How are you going to respond to that? We've got our back up against the wall. How many times this year? Look at the schedule we played. They didn't play anybody.
We so bear ourselves that if the British Empire and Commonwealth and Somers football lasts for 1,000 years, men will always say, "This is our finest hour."
They are not ready to go 12 rounds, and we're going to take the plaque that belongs to us and bring it back to Somers. This is, I told you 100 times, the ultimate disrespect is when someone tries to take what belongs to you. And New York State belongs to Somers. Yeah!
everything's always impossible until somebody does it. So it means a lot that we were able to achieve history.
Before Friday, only one Section 1 program had ever won 3 straight state titles. Edgemont of 2000, led by Matt Bernstein. And no team in the state, anywhere, had ever done it at either of the 2 states' highest enrollment levels. Not New Rochelle, not Nyack, not North Rockland. Only Somers had ever been in the state final 4 times in a row in Class A, and the Tuskers were intent on leaving with the hardware. Somers had nearly been eliminated twice during the Section 1 playoffs. They trailed Harrison entering the 4th quarter of the section semis, and they were down at halftime to Rye in the section final. The Tuskers were just a different team in the state playoffs, blowing past Averill Park in the quarterfinals, and then blowing out Cornwall in the semis.
Confidence never wavered. We always just know we have to respond. You could take a punch, but you got to, punch it back harder. It's the mentality we go by, and we did just that.
Friday's state final had a similar feel in the first half. The defense delivered. Miguel Iglesias came up with a wild diving interception on a fortunate bounce that led to the first of his 4 touchdown runs. This one putting the Tuskers on the board first, just before the end of the opening quarter. On the next Whitesboro series, another turnover, which led to another touchdown, Dean Palazzolo racing into the end zone, 14-0 Somers. Less than a minute after that, Somers' defense plays to the whistle, and Logan Ruby is rewarded for it. The scoop and the score put the Tuskers ahead 21-0.
Honestly, I think it was just our friendship, really. It sounds a little corny, but the power of friendship. We knew we were playing for each other. We knew this was the last time we were going to be sharing a field together, and we were doing everything in our power not to go out in a loss.
The defense forced another pick. This time, it was playoff hero Brett Kennedy, who sprinted towards the pylon, but was just short, leading to another Iglesias score.
We have confidence in ourselves, and more importantly, we have confidence in each other, and we trust each other to make plays, and that's what we did.
It was a 27-7 game in the closing seconds of the half when Gavin Kelly, a sophomore, booted a 47-yard field goal to extend the advantage into halftime.
We had to play another 24 minutes. I didn't want to have a letdown. A lot of things went our way in the first half, specifically the turnovers. So it was a little bit of smoke and mirrors in terms of being up that lead, and didn't want them to allow them to get back in the game because they were very capable of doing that.
After Whitesboro scored to start the third, Somers did what Somers does best. They responded. Miguel Iglesias capped a 3-play drive with an 18-yard touchdown. Whitesboro cut the deficit to 10 in the third quarter, but the Tuskers never blinked. They put together a long-scoring drive of their own that Iglesias punctuated with his 4th touchdown. The last of the 6 turnovers forced by the Somers defense led to the final touchdown. Mason Kelly capping his stellar career with a 1-yard score. The three-peat was officially secured.
We're the best. To do it 3 times in a row. At this class, we'll go out as one of the best teams to do it. It just feels great.
Coming into high school, most kids don't even expect to get 1 state championship, but I'm so grateful to have these coaches and be from this town, and I'm just so happy.
No one has the culture that we have. No one has the community behind us. No one prepares and practices like we do. No one's putting all the hours in the film room with all that. And Somers is just a really special place, a really special team.
So what does it mean to be from Somers?
It means to have heart. It means to have grit. It means to, it means to perform well. It means to respond. And that's what it means. It means to win.
Across New York State, only Made Enwell had ever won 4 state titles in a row. And no team, until Somers on Friday, had ever won 3 straight in Class A or AA.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a little bit in shock, especially growing up in the house that I grew up in. I knew that, I was going to be a coach ever since I was 5 years old. And to be able to do this with the guys that my dad mentored to be the coaches that they are and the staff that we have here, and bringing Coach Karp on and doing it all together is just unbelievable. I can't believe the success we've had, and it's unbelievable.
And the question remains for Somers: when does it end? The JV program went 7-1 this fall, The 8th grade group won the Taconic League title with an undefeated season, and the 2 grades below that also played for league championships. Somers' grip on New York in the public ranks remains firm. The Tuskers traveled back home with their 4th state title in school history, and their names firmly in the history books, with apparently only more chapters still to write.
It means everything to me, and even more so to this community. I grew up there. I live there with my family, and my kid goes to school across the street from where I work. It's a beautiful town to raise a family, and to be able to do this with the people that I love for this town is it's a dream come true.
When does it end?
Hopefully not anytime soon.